Happy Victory Tuesday, everybody. Man, does it feel good to be victorious in that game last night. A preseason game which felt like the players played like it was a real game. And the title of my last video was, I'm not impressed, but let's wait and see. And I wait and I saw, and I like what I see. I am now pretty much hyped for Sam Howell. I'm pretty much hyped for the season. And the thing is, I got a lot of flack for my last video because was saying I didn't see a whole lot from Sam Howell that other people were seeing, and I still stand by that. Go back and watch the game last week, and then look at the game this week. What happened this week was very good. So many plays, like the third and 15. The play is drawn up where there's two receivers on the left side, and Sam's gonna go through his progression. But also, while he's going through his progression, he's looking to the left and he holds the safety there. And as soon as he sees that he doesn't have anything on the left side, he just darts it to the right side where there's a dig coming in without any hesitation, gets the first down on 3rd and 15. The 2-minute drill where we had like a minute and 40 seconds. And he went down and scored a touchdown, not just a field goal or something. Went down and scored a touchdown pretty decisively. Yeah, I'm impressed. This is the stuff I wanted to see. This is what will make me a believer. This is what will make me hyped for the season, which going into the season, like I said, I wasn't very hyped about it. I thought, it was going to take us a good while to actually build and stuff. Now I'm happy that Dan Snyder's gone and now we can actually build, but I thought it was going to take us a lot longer. And, I had to see that, I'm not just going to sit here and blindly believe because we saw Sam Howell play one game that he's going to be this good. And he looks like a really good young prospect that if we can protect on the offensive line like we did during this game, which yet again, I'm always going to be the guy here that's trying to kind of lower your expectations a little bit, because it is true. A lot of our starters didn't play. A lot of the Ravens starters didn't play. So will our offensive line look like that all season long? Probably not. So there's going to be struggles. Like last night, Sam Howell didn't really struggle. He looked very poised and stayed in the pocket for a long time. And he looked good out there. He looked confident. But the thing is, we're going to be playing people who are not going to make him very confident back there. And then there's going to be, that's the thing, is what I'm trying to tell you is there are going to be ups and downs during the season. All right. So just whatever you do, we all need to, I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that Sam Howell showed everyone what he showed us yesterday, because if he went out and did the same thing that he did in the first game, which was he was just okay, in my opinion, which apparently not a lot of people, for some reason, don't think he was just okay. People were saying he was elite and stuff from the one game where he played 2 quarters and had 77 yards and had the one good touchdown pass, but he almost overthrew the guy. He was just okay. He looked like he needed what he did this time, where he had more. The more that he gets to play, hopefully he looks better. And that's why the title of my video was, let's wait and see, because we need to see more. I'm not going to be sold on the guy, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, is there's going to be ups and downs. Every game's not going to look like yesterday, where he had 2 touchdowns and 100-some yards and just had 2 incompletions or something like that. Took 2 sacks, which, throughout a game that, he's going to get better. But the thing is, like I'm telling you, measure your expectations correctly. Our offensive line, although they looked really good yesterday, who knows? So, keep your expectations at a certain spot. Of course, like I said, yesterday was big. And I have a comment that I posted. I'm sorry I don't have it on. I'll look it up right now. Sorry. So there's a comment that was on my last video, right? On my last video, somebody commented, and I had to go look for their name because I don't want to not give them a shout out or whatever. So, Bowie Banks 9227, he commented on my last video, the Ravens game will show us the truth. And I commented, yeah, I'm waiting to see more. If we somehow beat the Ravens, I'll be singing a bit different tune. And here I am singing a bit different tune, but I needed to see something. I can't, even if we lost last night, but Sam Howell had the day that he had, I would still be up here singing a different tune. But beating the Ravens, who, man, let me tell you, I live here in Baltimore, and all of my friends are Ravens fans. And after the game, I made like a just a normal like I used to be the guy that would like rub stuff in and you know us me being a Redskin fan, a Commanders fan. Most of the time I'm getting the short end of the stick, and I'd be the one getting shit talked to right for years. So I try to switch that up now, and we won yesterday. After the game, I made a Facebook post where I was like, "Hey man, that was a really good game." I said that was a really great game. It seemed for a preseason game, it was really exciting, and it seemed like both teams came out to play and show out for Monday night. I made a post saying something like that, just something nice. You know, like I could have obviously done what they would have done and rubbed it in or whatever, and not one. I got who liked that post? My mom and some other girl who probably doesn't really watch football. Not one Baltimore Ravens fan liked that post. That's how salty they were about this shit. That's how salty they were. I tried to sit there and like break bread and be even and be nice. Hey, that was a good game, man. It was really exciting for a preseason game. Both teams came out. It looked like they really wanted it on Monday night. It was a great game. Not one Baltimore Ravens fan, not one of my friends just gave me a like or commented, "Hey, good game, man." What they are so salty about this shit. And for that, for Joey Sly going out there doing what he did, for Emmanuel Forbes having a good game, all these guys to go out there and do that. And I know it's just a preseason game, but how many times have you heard, "Oh, the Baltimore Ravens win streak"? And if you hear like a sound bite from John Harbaugh after the game or whatever, he was pissed off about, to reporters or something, and it's just because he's pissed off that they lost. Like people are pissed about this, and for us to be able to go out there and yet again, like I said, measure your expectations. We didn't just beat the undefeated Eagles in the regular season, all right? Like there's a lot of people that would be hyped about it. Like I said, you saw me in my last video and you see me now. I'm pretty hyped about this shit. I'm pretty hyped about Sam Howell. He looks like a great young prospect. I am worried about us not being able to protect him, and I feel like we should have drafted people to protect him in the draft, this last draft. So yes, I'm still upset about it, and regardless, all we need to do is actually there's a momentum changing here in Washington, and oh man, I just remembered we have to go over the Josh Harris thing. So things feel like we just got a new owner. Everyone's showing up and going to the training camp and everything like that. People are showing out now. People are showing, hey, like we want to support the team. The team is winning now, even though it's preseason. Uh, we're finding ways to win. Fans are showing up. Things are changing, and it just seems like we need to keep this ball rolling. Like winning is winning no matter what. Why do you think the Ravens are so proud of what they did? Because even though it's a preseason game, look at their organization. It's a pretty damn good one, and I don't think winning a habit is a bad thing. And that's what they did. They went out and made winning a habit, even for second and third string guys, people who are not going to make the NFL. They made it a habit for them to go out there and win. So I think we should be doing the same thing, and that's our mentality. That's what our mentality should be. And the more that we keep this ball rolling, it'll help us in the regular season, and it'll help the fans come back. Like me, you saw me in my last video. I wasn't that hyped about this season. I thought it's gonna take us time, and it probably will still take us time. And I'm trying to measure, like level my expectations still. I'm not trying to be let down again, get super high and then be let down again. Sam Howell still is young. Our offensive line does have question marks. Chase Young gets hurt in his first game. Like there's stuff going on with the team. Don't forget it. But yeah, things are going well. The change in ownership has gone very well for us so far. Josh Harris, man, they let our guy on TV super lit, man. And the thing is, I feel for the guy because that's some dumb shit that I would do. Like, and the guy's holding his hand out real close to him. So it's like that's like I feel for him because like that's some dumb, weird, awkward shit I would do, right? But even though that's something I would do, I'm still like, oh man, I can't believe that. wow. uh, just every time I see it, I cringe, man. I'm like, ah, shit, dude. But hey, you know what? It would have been. And look, let me put it in this perspective, right? The old team. Think about this. The old team that we've seen for a long time. You know what would have happened to us last night? On Monday night we won, which it's becoming more common that we win on Monday night now, but it used to be we never did. So things are changing, right? So the past team, you know what would have happened to us? We would have had Josh Harris be out there and make that awkward handshake and everybody laugh at him, and then we would have lost because Joey Sly would have kicked the field goal, ran off doing the L, and then they would have threw a Hail Mary and got pass interference halfway down the field, and they would have kicked the field goal with a 60-yard field goal with Justin Tucker, and we would have lost. That's the old team. That's what would have happened to us in the past. But no, Josh Harris gets to look awkward out there while he's lit in the booth and enjoy the win. And then our team on Facebook, they posted that video of him multiple times of that awkward handshake. And the thing is, when people see that you're making fun of yourself, it's not so bad. It lessens the blow, right? So I'm just saying things are kind of looking up for us. And yet again, like I said, I had to see it to believe it, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. With the shit that we've seen for the last 20 years, I'm one of those people now that I have to see this shit to believe it, okay? Like, I'm not going to just sit here and be like, yes, Sam Howell played a good game last year, and, you know, he played that one game, and he had 77 yards in the preseason. Yeah, he looks good. I had to see what I saw last night, all right? And I'm pretty hyped. Let me just... the injury to Terry, obviously that's a big thing about the game. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He looked like he was really upset. That's not a good sign, but he doesn't have anything broken, so hopefully he can come back. Jahan Dotson picked up right where Terry left off. Jahan Dotson is really good, and you saw, I've said multiple times, man, could I be more wrong about being upset about that pick? And I've been very vocal about not really liking Ron Rivera and some of the draft pick stuff that they've done. And to his credit, and I need to like walk back some of this stuff that I've said, because the pick for Jahan Dotson and all that stuff, that's huge. But still, don't forget, this is the dude who didn't know we could be eliminated from the playoffs and shit. Like, don't get it twisted. I still am not the highest on Ron Rivera, but we always know that he gets dudes to go out there and play somehow. He always has people that are motivated to go out there and play. And also he iced our own kicker. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? Now Joey Sly, man, what a game for him. Let me just go through my notes really fast to see if there's anything I want to throw in here that's big. Man, I got a lot of notes. I've been writing down so many notes during the game, and then I'd come up here and don't really go through my notes anymore. Okay, so here's one. Last week and this week, I'm not happy with the run defense. I feel like teams are running too much on us, and our forte should have been, and used to be, we stopped the run first. Even when our ones were out there last week, yeah, we were getting ran on, and they moved down the field pretty easily. The 57-yard interception return for Martin, that's huge. Didn't really watch him too much more than that. I don't know if he's good or not, but I've been hearing a lot of people say that he's slow and he's not that good. I don't know. I don't know. I have to pay attention more. Like, honestly, next time. And here's another thing. I'll just get this out of here. And then okay. Well, I also have to hit on this. Brissett was bad. He was just really bad. Last week he looked pretty decent. He looked okay. He looked like what I thought he should be, just an average guy. He looked okay last week. This week he was terrible. And let me see. Shit, I just had one more thing, and then okay. So here's another thing for you. When have you heard Jamin Davis's name called? For anything, for getting a penalty, for just tackling somebody. When have you heard this dude's name called? Like, god damn, this guy is bad or something, dude. Like, he's never he's never making a play. He's never like, oh, that was a great tackle by Jamin Davis. Like he's like, it's crazy to me like how high we drafted this dude, and how like Ron Rivera and uh Jack Del Rio like wanted this guy, and man, is he not turned out. So all right, well I'll leave it on that. Uh, Great game. Now I've been turned into a believer. Like I have some hype for the season when I was not feeling it. All right, so that means something. They've turned me into a believer. Hopefully, other people that were sitting on the fence like me have also been turned into believers, and we can come out in full force, support Sam Howell. And that's what I was about to go with earlier. I'm glad this happened because in my last video last week, what did I say? Jacoby Brissett, we know who he is. He's like a backup, average starting, could start quarterback if he needed him to. He's average. We know what he is. But if Sam Howell struggles, people are going to be like, hey, this guy, we've seen him make some throws, put him in. So I think now, because of what Sam Howell just did last night, it crushes all that. At least for a while, at least for a good while, no one's going to have that thought where like, oh, well, we have this other guy. This happened early, like not even in the season, in the preseason. Everyone's going to be hyped about Sam Howell. We should all be on the same page now, and that's what I was worried about in my video last week, that Sam Howell might struggle, and then people are going to be like, oh, well, we do have this other guy. I don't think that's going to happen now, so that's huge. I was really worried about that because we saw the same thing happen last year. We knew who Carson Wentz was. We still put him in there. Didn't make any sense. I was really worried that that was going to be in people's minds this year, but I think how big of even though it's a preseason game, how big this was, how well he played. He turned me into a believer. He should have turned everyone into a believer last night, and I'm really hoping that this bought him a lot of time. He could struggle for a while, and people would still be like, no, we saw it. We know it's there. He can do it. And people stick by him this time, and we all come together and finally stick by somebody together instead of having this inner fight with everybody about who should be the quarterback. We can all get behind somebody together now, and that's huge. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.